Well, first of all, I think Gary Gensler was the source of that tweet. I mean, I'm obviously kidding, but it very much points out one of the problems that Gary Gensler has, justifiable or not, is that you can get something on social media that could cause such a quote-unquote pump and dump. I hate using those cliched phrases, but that's really what it was. And no one can be held accountable for it because the SEC isn't regulating it as of now in terms of it being an ETF. So if Gary Gensler wants to, he could point out the volatility that caused as one of the reasons he's delaying the approval for it. That's just a market that isn't mature in the sort of old school public investing sense. But having said that, what you're seeing from this, as you mentioned, the liquidations. I was actually watching the Bitcoin futures at the CME through most of that session because I happened to be involved for myself in some futures trades at that point. And the volume was the highest we'd seen since mid-August, but the balance of it being liquidation versus new positions and new positions that didn't get exited, right, that weren't covered, was, I think, pretty impressive to your point, Lawrence. When you look at it like that, you're seeing the inevitability, I think, of these ETFs, regardless of whether that tweet was false or not. It clearly was. Cointelegraph put out, I believe, it was them, right? It was Cointelegraph. They put out an apology about that tweet. But the core of that tweet is likely to be fact in the very near future, is that somebody's going to get a spot Bitcoin ETF, and it's going to be very critical to the upside for Bitcoin specifically. And that's part of the reason I don't think you see the exiting despite the volume being higher. Bitcoin itself is at very critical technical levels in the way that we watch technicals. And as long as it stays above now 27,500, this is a longer term shift in trend.